Do you ever have that moment where you're sitting under a tree and you think, I don't need to go to work today. I need to do this. Today is not that day. Still, it's a nice thought. So, as much fun as I've had using this camera and the whole like bendy tripod thing, I really want to up my game. I want to step it up and do better work. And so for that, I'm going to upgrade to this camera, which is a really cool camera. It's a Nikon D7100. This is really a more proper camera than that Handycam. It's got a lot of cool things it can do. It's capable of more. Does have a couple of downsides though. One, Nikon, as much as I love them for photography, it's all I'll ever use as a photographer, aren't really known for cameras that are tailored for video, specifically like vlog style stuff like this, where there's a lot of me on camera and things like that. So there's no autofocus, at least not that is really usable. It's also doesn't have a flip-out screen, so there's gonna be some trial and error there. And this thing is heavy in comparison to my little Sony Handycam, so we're gonna see how this goes. I may be back with the Sony next week, but for this week I'm gonna try and do better. All right, so. Task one for today. I'm gonna go help interview a potential new hire, doing some video stuff with athletics. It's really cool being part of this process where I'm not actually a member of their department, but they trust me enough to want my input. It's also kind of stressful just because it's a big deal. All right, that was interesting. Now it's time to get ready for a studio shoot. So you're probably getting tired of montages of me walking in and out of the studio, but honestly, this is where I live. This is where most of my time is spent, in this studio or in the server room or the labs and all that. So yeah, happy Tuesday. I get to go do something really fun now and talk about money. Love buying new equipment. See how that goes. Money conversation had. May or may not get new things. We'll see. Now it's time to go back in the studio for another student shoot. First time having this class in here. Super stoked. I don't like to lose. So I know I talked about this earlier in a different version of this, but here at Longwood we do this thing called coaching groups. And last year my coaching group was very successful. Out of 19 students, I managed to get 11 of them to voluntarily come back every week for an entire semester. In fact, most of them came back again the second semester after it was no longer a thing. We shot 3 episodes of a sketch comedy show. It was not the best thing I've ever watched, but it was fun, and it was theirs, and it was cool to be a part of. Those students, none of them were students that should have any business working with me on a daily basis. They were all art and graphic design, and that was so much fun to work with them. This year I was assigned a group of 10 students, And at our first meeting, the only one that was actually like required of them, only 6 came. Then we had another meeting after that, and of those 6, only 3 came. 4 if we're counting the peer mentor. Last year, my group was so successful, they wrote an article about it. It was called Put Me In, Coach. This year, and you know what's really, truly just maddening about it is that I can't even be mad at the students. They're not required to be here. There's nothing about this small group coaching that says, oh, by the way, if you don't do this, it's my fault. I wasn't engaging enough. It feels really good to be the rock star of a program like this. Really sucks when you find out that was a fluke. On that happy note, I'm calling time of death on Tuesday. I actually have some homework to do, but I'm going to do it from home after I see my kids. So today is one of those weird days where there's a lot going on, but I don't know how much of it's really gonna be a thing. So it could be a lot to show you today, or nothing. We'll have to see how it plays out. Spent several hours doing sort of tedious, like, paperwork things. Now I'm gonna go upstairs and talk to a student about editing. He's doing kind of a one-off thing. He's actually an intern this semester. He just wants to learn more about it and to get better at it, and that's really cool. So I'm gonna go help him do that. This is Jacob. He's learning to be a better editor. He is a movie reviewer extraordinary. He's actually a connoisseur of all things cinema, I would say. He doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but he's going to, right?
At some point, yeah.
Awesome.
I'll get it together at some point.
Got Jacob going on his thing. Talked to some other students about an interview we're going to do in here next week. Then did some other just sort of housekeeping stuff. And now it's time to get ready for Off the Record, which is the main vehicle of Rotunda Studios, which is our the video portion of our campus news organization, the Rotunda. Cool. So, real talk, sort of. Since I've declared myself as a failure as a vlogger, why am I continuing to subject you to this? So this is a question that really deserves to be asked by anyone who's out there actually watching me. And the answer is, well, I don't like being a failure. I said earlier in this vlog actually that I don't like to lose, and I really meant that. I don't like to lose. I don't like to feel like I didn't succeed. Given what I do for a profession, I'm a studio engineer, I work with video, I really feel like this is something that I should have some proficiency at. So I'm gonna keep doing this till I've reached some semblance of what I feel like is an understanding of how to do this successfully, how to vlog. I really feel like this is something that's important for me to know how to do in order to better help the students I work with. That being said, I do understand that in order to keep an audience engaged, to up that view count, I really need to do more than just share the tedium of my daily life with you. There needs to be some kind of through line, some kind of connecting story that I share as a part of this experience. So that's where we're gonna go next week, is we're gonna try and change the format of this a little bit so that it makes more sense. Yeah. Cool. Catch you next time.